Hi everyone, this is Meenakshi Ramesh from tapyourwaytohealing.com. This is a video that you will be watching on April 4th, 2023 as we honor neurodiversity and autism. April is Autism Awareness Month. Today we have a young talent. His name is Aravind Saminathan and he's going to be sharing a song or maybe a couple of songs with all of us. All right? We are ready, Arvind, you can sing.
Sing ka na? Can you start? Okay, can you sing the other one, the bhajan? Antimi. Can you sing one more? Okay, can you say thank you? Thank you.
You're very welcome, Arvind. That was beautiful singing. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful music with all of us. I know you practice every day. I know you worked hard to share this music. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So I have Lakshmi here, my dear friend. Myself and Lakshmi, we go way back. We know each other for maybe I don't even know. I have stopped counting years. Our children have gone to the same school. My son is a good friend of Arvind, and we have done a lot of therapies, interventions together. We have walked together, talked together, cried together, laughed together. We've done a lot of fun things together. So the focus of this video and the intention is for Lakshmi to share their experiences volunteering at a store in San Jose, California. The name of the store is called Raft. I want Lakshmi to take over and talk about their volunteering experience right now. Over to Lakshmi.
Hi everyone, and as Radha said, I know her and Sudarshan for a very, very long time. So basically, we all grew up together in Evergreen, and so we shared all the experiences, like she said. And so basically, talking about the raft, I started like I was so confused, like all the parents, like, and I was so like desperate to look for something what can be done, like because we all know as they grow, like we all always like look for their like weakness, and like even in the IEP goals, like that's what they talk about, like in the school system, like what are their more than the strengths, like they always like come out and say like, oh, he cannot do this, he cannot go for the like community outing and everything. So he was going to the non-public program, so which I like it when he was going to the base school. So after moving to San Jose, it was like little challenging during the period of 2019, like, and then like around like in November, I came to know about this place through one of my friend, and I just want, it's like out of curiosity, I just want to go and check with them, like to see whether they allow first of all, like the inclusion is the main thing, like, so I just want to ask them like whether we can volunteer at their place. So that's how our journey started. So in 2019, the end of 2019. So initially, I won't say it's like it's a pleasant experience. Like as you all know, like our kids has they want to have certain routine, and like any kind of transition will throw them off. So we started with like at least two times a day. I mean, two times a week. So it was very, very challenging in the beginning. Like it was like he has to go and used to that what they are doing. So like maybe able to sit through like for 15 to 20, 30 minutes was like very challenging. Like he'll get up and say like I'm done, like, and then he will come out, like we'll walk away. So but we slowly want to build, like I have to really appreciate and thankful to Miss Lawan. She was the volunteer coordinator when we joined during that time, but she left last year because of health issues. But she was like she didn't mind, like the one thing I really admire about Raft is like they don't push us, like and they don't expect us to be like a certain number of hours, like they're very flexible in a way that like, and the place, like the volunteer place is also like very comfort environment for all of the kids. Like it's very during the weekdays, like it'll be like more like like there'll be like only few people will be there, so it'll be more calming environment, so we can try our best to take our kids. And so that's how we built that rapport. And I would say like in 2020, like as you all know, like the pandemic started, like so we hit with the pandemic, and then I was also like really confused, like what to say. I was communicating with them, and Ms. Lawan was so she was so like surprised to see, like she said like you can take the bag, I mean the boxes, and then you can make Aravind to put the barcode at home in your own convenient pace. So that's how we thought like, okay, let's just do it, because everything was locked down and we end up staying at home. We don't have any routine or any structure going on. So then I decided, okay, let's try that. So I go and get the boxes. Usually like she'll get sent all like almost like 4-5 boxes, so to barcode all the specialty products. So and so then during the even during the pandemic time, so slowly like after like 2-3 months, like they also start having the volunteering the remote volunteering take place. So then I slowly go like every week we'll go drop the boxes and then get the new box for the next week. So I planned accordingly. So I'll give him like it'll not be like every day I'm making him do like only 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour each day. So I plan accordingly, so I have sufficient things will be occupied, make him occupy for the rest of the week. So that's how we build the thing. And then like and I was surprised to see him like the growth, especially like when we started, like he doesn't know like a lot of things, like he has a lot of fine motor challenges as well, like even putting the rubber bands in a group of 10. He slowly start like he learned actually. And then I really admire him, like I basically look at his strengths, like okay, he's very good in like in organizing and like and he was expecting that kind of input, like he wants certain open end like task, like okay, so this is the box I have to put, like I have to put all the things in the bag and then I'm done. So that gives him like okay, the like open end, like okay, I'm done with this and then I can move on to the next. So I see like a lot of flexibility in him and a lot of confidence. And then like I see that I seen like a lot of things, like he got more strength, like the coordination and like, and of course like we do have like we do had a lot of challenges along with this. But I would say like it's all in a, that's how our journey is, right? So there were some days will be good and some days will be bad, like, and then I'll just take it one day at a time. And then but I didn't want to give up, like, so I have to say the one thing from me is like the consistency, like whether if he throws any, like after like the remote volunteer, like when people start going in for in person, and the transition was also like bit tough for Aravind, like after, because he was so comfort in working at home and then suddenly going into the raft, and then plus we have to wear the mask. So that's one of the hard thing for our kid especially. So when initially like he didn't want to wear the mask, like so we tried a lot of things like face shield, and then he'll take it off, and then so we have to walk out. So we tried every single day, but I didn't stop taking him, like since because he's showing some behavior or like anything like that, so I didn't stop him. So I just took him, like even like if it for like 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I just take him every day. So he makes sure like okay, okay, so mom expecting me to stay at that place for like certain period of time, so then I'll be done. So that's how we build that thing. And then like now even in the doctor's office, like she is like she's surprised to see him, like how he's wearing the mask like the whole time. And he didn't want to, even me and my his dad will take off the mask, but he'll never take off the mask, like that's the practice, like it's kind of like one of the things that attached to him, so he doesn't want to take off the mask and he always wear the mask. So that's, I think that comes in the practice and the consistency. So and talking about the volunteering thing, like I would definitely like encourage like all the parents, like and like the kids, like like taking him to some kind of like community outing, like community work. So that will give them like a lot of confidence in what they can do, and like and what are the areas they want to learn, like rather than looking at as their weakness, we have to see like okay, these are the areas we need to learn more. So that will come over like eventually, like over the period of time. So that is what my experience. And then we were taking like I don't say like we're going like every day, like for their volunteer hours is pretty the usual volunteer hours, like it's 2.5 hours to 3 hours morning and afternoon routine. But for us, like it's a little lenient, like so we can just go in like for 1 hour or 1.5 hours. If it's in a good day, like we stay for 1.5 hours. And then there are times like we'll just come out like within 30 minutes. So, and the other thing that I have to really mention is like when I was talking about the challenging time, I remember last year around summer, it's good that it was summer, because we were really going through a tough time. So those times I was still taking him there. And then the one good thing is, like, they didn't show, like, they say, like, okay, if you want to take the box and make him to work outside, that's fine, because they do have like the chairs and the tent outside set up for the volunteers, like, who can sit outside. So I was trying, like, getting the things from the store, and then we were sitting in the, like, like outside, and making him to do it. So those are really, I would say, like, and then slowly I build, like, okay, if I get the confidence, okay, he can go into the store, and then we slowly enter in again. Like, so it's kind of like, in and out, in and out, but still we didn't give up. So that's the thing I would say. And also, like last year, then suddenly Miss Sandy, like, she's the volunteer program coordinator now, and she told us, like, you've been selected as like the best volunteer of the year award for 2022. And I was like, really, Sandy, like, do you want to give it to us? Then she said, no, you guys are like every day, every single day, even during the pandemic. And who else can we think of, like, so it's kind of like, it's very good, and it's also gives me something to boost my energy as a parent. I'm sure, like, Radha will, because, like, a lot of times, like, when we do therapies and like what's or not, like, whatever things out in the world, and then finally we kind of like looking back, we kind of like, oh, we are in the same, like, we are in the same page. Like, we don't, like, no, like, we'll always have a thought, like, okay, are we going in the right direction or not, like, like, so so this award, I don't say it's like a big achievement. I'm just taking it as like a beginning of his career, I would say. Like, that's how, like, we have to predict that. So but it's kind of like a little hope and encouragement for me, like, and also plus for Aravind to move forward. And I always like, I always have a dream, like, to set up a workplace, work environment for all our kids, like, like, to include all our kids, and for our kids, and to have something productive in their lives. So, like, when they get up in the morning, something to look forward and to be meaningful in their life. So that's my goal and ambition, I would say. Like, so, and so this is the award, like, that we got. And then you also got the certificate that I will cherish, like, for many years to come, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, and we all are so proud of Arvind. It's a huge achievement. I always say this to Lakshmi and to all my friends that when we are consistent, and when we keep taking action, without being attached to any outcome. Just all they did was they went day after day after day after day and volunteered. And this is something they did not even expect. They did not do it for this, but out of their sincerity, their commitment, this was the fruits of their hard work and sincerity. And congratulations, Lakshmi and Aravind, and thank you so much for sharing this inspiring story that gives all of us a lot of hope. And I'm sure whatever you're trying to aspire for, Aravind, I'm sure you're going to be guided and directed to that place. And there's absolutely no doubt about it. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you one day again with that success story for sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much
Yeah.
for
You're yeah, you're welcome. And one more thing I wanted to ask you about the singing. Could you talk a little bit about Arvind's singing lessons and how it has helped? What improvements have do you see after he started singing? About especially in terms of his speech and articulation. If you have something to share, please share with the audience.
yes, of course. Like, even though he started, like, able to repeat, like, the sounds and the words, but still now, like, we do have like a lot of challenges. but I started this singing mainly like basically like I want to increase his like vocal cord opening, and like my main focus is to help him for the speech and the clarity. So even that, like I would say, like I've seen like a lot of improvement, because the singing is the one thing like that he's really interested in, and he loves it very much. So I would say like he doesn't have any touch like he didn't have any kind of behavior or anything so far. Like in the music class, he gets restless when the time is like we are exceeding the limit of like 30 minutes. We are pushing him a little too much, but other than that, like he loves singing, and that's the something like he that calms him down, like when he's really anxious, nervous, or like when he's out in the community, like or in the tough environment, like then when we give him the song, then that calms him down. So definitely it helped him, like in the I see like a lot of clarity in the words, I would say. And even you mentioned to me, and then like initially like it's still like and again like when it comes to our kids, like it's always like the boundary, like when to push the boundary. So they are always like they have the potential, but for some reason, not for some reason, the one and only reason we all hear, like all these years, we always hear was that low motivation. That's less motivation. I'm sure like Radha can relate to that very much.
Relate to that, yeah.
And in the beginning, we were kind of like looking for motivation toy here and there, like in all the department store, looking for the motivation toy. But it's always the food is the biggest motivation for all our kids.
Kids.
But normally I don't use, when I work with him at home, I normally don't use any kind of reinforcer or like like motivate, just using the praise, like you did good job, and then that's my motivation for him. So but yeah, because of the less motivation, I would say like when he loves singing, but he has to open because his music teacher, Miss Sweta, she always says like, okay, Aravind, like just reach to that sa, like you have to hit that note. But we always stay like wherever we are comfortable, like but okay, like that's okay.
He'll get
like,
there, yeah.
Yeah, we just little bit like pushing a little bit at a time. So but definitely I would say like that gives him. And then I have to say, like initially, like we were singing like one or two lines from the movies, and he's very very good in like getting the tunes and the rhythm right away, like when he hears a song. Even like if it's like a if it's in the next room, like if he hears the tune, like he'll catch it and he'll be like humming that. So that's his plus, I would say. But yeah, definitely we need to work more on that. but that is something I have to say, like I'm working every day, every single day, whether I know it correctly or not, I'll just sing it along with him. So
that's wonderful.
yeah,
That's another inspiration that that all parents can take from you on Aravind. If because a lot of kids on the spectrum, they are very musically gifted, and if parents who are watching this, if you have a young child, if your child is interested in any fine art, please encourage them to do you just pursue that, because it's very relaxing for them first, and then
yeah,
we
all
don't
our
know where.
kids all our kids are musically, they
Yeah,
are musically inclined to, like in some
yeah,
way or the other they have something. I don't know, I've worked as a behavior therapist for the last 10 plus years in Evergreen School District. So I always seen like most majority of the kids, like they whether they're somebody, like they will be interested in drums or the piano or the vocals or something. So I have to say, like to all the young parents, just don't give up. And even if you like when they are very young, like you try something, and if it doesn't work out, then you can take a break and then come back again, like for us it's they will never outgrow of anything, so we'll just revisit every time. Okay, let's try again. It's been a while, so let's try
yeah,
again. Because um I've taken him like a lot of music classes, music therapy, music classes, and the piano and the drums. And since he has quite a challenge, but I thought like his strength is in the vocal, so I thought like, okay, let's just try it out. Like that will improve
Right,
his later on. So you never know.
right, right. Yeah, exactly, Lakshmi. That's why I wanted to talk. I wanted you to talk about it a little bit. And thanks again, Lakshmi and Aravind, for joining me today, and just willing to share your wisdom with us. Thanks again. Special thanks to Aravind for singing those songs and bhajans. Thank you again, and we'll stop recording, and then I will say bye to you guys. Okay.